So in my last video on narcissism, I talked a little bit about narcissism as a response to grief, and at the end of it I spoke about the narcissistic defense and how most people come out of it on their own. Now, this is where I suppose I begin to venture into the realms of pathological narcissism. And that's where people aren't going to come out of the bubble on their own. And the reason behind that is that the intrapsychic injury is much more severe. You're looking at much more damage to their core sense of self. And so the narcissistic defense is much, much stronger, to the point where it forms an envelope or a bubble around them that they are then stuck in. Now, how you, shall we say, coax somebody out of that bubble is through the use of desire, for want of a better word. It's about there being something outside the bubble that they want. And in this case, I think Neville Symington described this kind of object that gives purpose. You know, it tempts people to go further and move onwards, and you know, where you're seeing real problems is where that object isn't there at all, or where inside the narcissistic envelope the damage is so severe that the the core personality can't actually be reached by the influence of that object. Now, in cases like that, that person is not going to come out of that envelope on their own. And in fact, even in terms of psychotherapy, there may never be a way to get them back out of that envelope. But when that, there may not be actually enough of their core personality, their ego, for want of a better word, to actually restore them to that kind of functioning. And so in those cases, the narcissistic shell becomes a substitute for the normal ego.